Pirates fans, thanks for joining us today. If you're confused about when we're playing, you're not the only one. We're confused too. Last night when we went to bed thinking we were playing at 8, at about 3:30 this morning, we thought we were playing at 10, so everybody went back to sleep. And then at about 6:45 this morning, we found out that we're playing at 8 o'clock. So here we are, out in central Missouri. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. It's a men's church softball league field that we're playing on. There's 2 fields out here in the back of a neighborhood. Never would have found them but for Google Maps, so thank you, Google Maps. We got 12-year-olds playing on the tiny field and 11-year-olds playing on the big field. 12-year-olds just want to feel good about themselves and hit some home runs. Our boys are going to feel real good about themselves when they hit a home run. It's 285 to center, 245 to right, and 265 to left. So interesting dimensions here at Apperson Park. All right, here we go, folks. Brenner's leading off for the Pirates. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's down low for ball 1. Pirates are in their white pinstripe jerseys, white pants, black socks, and black and white hats. They're playing the Oklahoma Slam. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. Brenner could have worn it, but chose not to. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Down low for ball 3. It's the first time these boys have played on an all-dirt infield, I think, ever. So we'll see how our defense is. Hopefully it's pretty good. Here's the pitch. It's inside, so Brenner draws a leadoff 4-pitch walk. Brenner's on first with a leadoff walk. All right, so for anyone joining us late, this is bracket play here in central Missouri. Pitcher comes set. He nods his head about 25 times, throws over to first. That gets away from the first baseman. Brenner is going to get into second base, standing up. So Brenner advances to second base on the throw over to first. It got past the first baseman. So the Pirates are taking on the Oklahoma Slam. I'm not sure where in Oklahoma they're from, but pretty confident they're from Oklahoma. And we got a substitute. So Oklahoma Slam, if you make a mistake, you get pulled. First baseman made a mistake, he got pulled. That's how 11-year-old baseball should be. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one hard out into left field down the line. He's going to get down for at least a double. Brenner's going to score, and Travis is in with a stand-up double. That's Travis's 3rd double of this tournament. All 3 of them have been to left field, so he's doing a good job just going with that outside pitch, hitting it hard. Pirates lead 1-0. It brings up KP Kelby Pittman. Pitcher comes set, takes a look at the runner. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one hard but foul. Good play there by Ben. He's already on the over 35 team though, so not going to sign him up for a tryout. He's made the team. He might even be the captain. Kelby stands in. Travis gets his lead on second. He could have a bigger lead. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one hard out into the right center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Travis had to hold up, thinking the center fielder might make a play. Center fielder did not make a play. So Pirates have runners on the corners, nobody out. That brings up Luke Lunar Landers, a.k.a. the white Michael Jordan.
Do we have any runs, or is that the first, like, 2 batters? Great. We have a run 1. Brenner.
On your way, Emma.
All right, folks, we're going to give you some updates on how many viewers we got. Let's see, on YouTube, we got 2 people watching right now on YouTube. I don't know how many on Game Changer. Give me just a minute. We got to save the good jokes for when there's a lot of people on. So, sorry for you early viewers. There may not be a whole lot of good jokes just yet. All right, we got 7 total viewers, 8 total viewers. We'll pick up the commentary here in a little bit. Just going to do some play. Throw over to first, not in time. That's bold by that pitcher. He threw one past the first baseman last time. He's got a runner on third base and still threw over to first. So good for him. You got Johnny Cash playing in the background. Throw back over to first. Kelby gets in a rundown. We're going to see what happens. And Travis is going to score. Kelby gets hit in the back. If he cries, he's off the team. He's stretching his back. I don't think he's going to cry. Nope, not crying. He wants to play. He wants to stay on this team.
Yeah, I was about to say treat me like a man, but I know that I got in trouble for saying a comment like that before.
So Kelby got hit in the back. I think he wasn't crying because Emily desperately wants him to stay on the team.
For me. On the team.
She's hoping we stay here till next Thursday. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 1. One-0 count. Pirates lead 2-0. Kelby's on second base with nobody out. Luke Lunar Landers is up at the plate. Throw back to second base. Gets past the second baseman and out into center field, but center fielder is there. The little brothers are playing baseball out in right field, behind the right field fence. It's like a mini see-through green monster out there on the wrong side of the field. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball 2. So Luke's got a 2-0 count. Kelby's on second. Pirates are having a much better showing at the plate early so far. We've struggled to hit this tournament, but so far, doing a good job at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 3. That's down low for ball 4. So Luke draws the 4-pitch walk. That's 2 4-pitch walks in this inning. Brenner led off with a 4-pitch walk, followed by double by Travis, a base hit by Kelby, and now another 4-pitch walk to Luke. So good job, Luke. That brings up Ty the hit guy. Looking to live up to his name. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs and inside. Ball 1. Throw down to third is not in time. Kelby is safe. So Pirates have runners on second and third. Nobody out. Ty the hit guys at the plate. Pitcher's got an armband on that's telling him what play is on. I don't know that they're actually calling any plays, but we'll see. Swing and a miss for strike 1. It's a good cut there by Ty. Let's see. Oh. All right, folks. I see what's happening, folks. It took me a minute, but I got it now. I'm going to tell you guys here in just a minute. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Ty's behind in the count. 1-2. He's going to be looking to hit something to the right side, at least score a run. Here's the pitch. All right, folks, so this Oklahoma Slam team knows that we steal signs. They know that we are a sign-stealing team, and they were prepared for that, so they've got an armband contraption that's calling pitches. Here's the pitch. Pops straight up. Catcher is underneath it, and he is unable to come up with it, so Ty's still alive. That's a tough play to make, folks. If you've never tried catching a pop-up as a catcher that's got a ton of backspin on it, and you got to kind of find it after being a little disoriented, it's not easy to do, so no harm for them. Hopefully a bunch of harm for us, meaning Ty does some damage with this pitch. All right, so Oklahoma Slam's technology is not working, but they're worried about us stealing signs. They know that we've got a wonderful sign-stealing program. Ty fouls that one back. That might hit a car, folks. We're going to have a car hit today. I'm calling it. You heard it here first on KNOW. If you know, you know. Ty's still alive. Here's the pitch. He fouls that one off. Good job hanging in on that changeup. Ty's still got a 1-2 count, but this is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs and inside for ball 2. So, like I said the last time we played a team that had a walkie-talkie with an earpiece in the catcher's ear, I can't tell you guys how we steal signs, but you can just trust us that we do steal signs. Here's the pitch. Changeup. Ty hits that one. It's a swinging bunt. All right, confusion. That hit Ty's foot in the batter's box. Umpire called it fair. Ty didn't run right away because he knew it was a foul ball. Umpires, who knows? There's a conference. All right, Coach Ben pleading his case, but so Ty with the foul ball out, unfortunately. Should not be out, but he is. That's first out of the inning. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall, a.k.a. 2 Chains. Here's the pitch. Will hits that one hard, deep to center field. Kelby tags up. He's going to score. So Will with the sac fly scores Kelby and advances Luke over to third base. Pirates lead 3-0. That brings up Henry Poole. Here's the pitch. Henry fouls that one off for strike 1. That might hit a kid on the other field. Does not. Everybody's safe. 1 count. Wind's blowing hard out here, folks. It's going to be tough for some of these fielders if the dirt blows into their eyes. All right, so because it was clearly the glove's fault, that's why he missed that. It was not his fault, it was the glove's fault. Henry's on first. Clint's up to bat. Throw back over to first. Henry is back safely with a knee slide. At least his socks fit today, though, folks. I think his mom got him a new pair of pants. We're gonna see. Sockgate 2025 is not alive and well today. We haven't seen Dash yet, though, so Sockgate may still be alive. Here's the pitch. It's behind Clint, and Henry steals. I think he's looking to Henry has been looking to slide in white pants on dirt since he was like 6. So he finally got to do it. These boys only play on turf now. He finally got to slide on some dirt, get those pants dirty. Here's the pitch. Clint hits that one hard. That's going to get in the hole for a base hit. Henry's rounding third. The throw is coming in, not in time. Henry slides in safely. Clint, with the RBI single, advances to second on the throw. So the Pirates lead 5-0. It's a good start for the Pirates. They got to be able to wrap this one up. All right, we got a pitching change, folks. Switching armbands. All right, guys, while we got a break in the action, we'll give you some updates because I haven't been able to use my voice all week, and you guys have not had to listen to me all week. I know you're missing me. I'm missing all of y'all. Appreciate you tuning in. So just a quick recap of how our time in Central Missouri has gone down. We played 2 games Wednesday. We went 1-1. Pirates played well. Probably could have won both of them, but came up a little short in game 2. That was on Wednesday. On Thursday, we did not have a game because this tournament director really has no clue what he's doing. And if he listens to this, I'd tell him to his face, man, you have not organized a good tournament. So we didn't play any games on Thursday, but we had a lot of fun. We did the skills competition. The boys did great in the skills competition. There was a 40-yard dash, a home run derby. What was the other? Around the horn. The whole team had to throw it around the horn. We got second in around the horn, which is, I think, everyone, including myself, everyone except for Emily Pittman was shocked that we were even able to make it around the horn. So congrats to Emily Pittman. Maybe she'll start sponsoring. Photography by Emily will start sponsoring us again. Probably not, though. And then there was also a pitching velocity skill challenge. So it was a good day on Thursday. All right, sorry, we're back in the action, folks. Pitcher's getting his signs on his wrist. We're still going to steal them, folks. Don't you worry. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, is up to bat. I'm a little bummed that he picked out white batting gloves. I don't know what I'm going to start calling him. I'm going to come up with something else. I'm going to still call him Lumberjack. He's looking to chop some wood. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 2. So Preston behind in the count 0-2. He's got to work hard here. That's upstairs for ball 1. One-two count. Clint still on second base. Here's the pitch. Preston fouls that one back. We got a car, folks. No. We were close, though. We were close. I'm telling you. You heard it here first on KNOW. There will be a car hit. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball left way high. Clint steals, and he's safe. So Clint's on third base. Preston's got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Pirates lead 5-0 here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 3. So Preston, after falling behind 0-2, has fouled the pitch off and taken 3 balls. He works the count to full. Good at bat here by Preston. He's going to be looking to hit. He's been hitting the ball really well here in Central Missouri. He's going to be looking to continue that streak. Here's the pitch. That's down low. Ball 4. So great at bat there by Preston. Didn't chop any wood, but he got on base nonetheless. That brings up Dash. Dash got himself some new batting gloves. He's got some Bruce Bolt batting gloves. They are blue and neon pink, and he's got the Tank Soldier bat. Preston gets in the rundown. Run is going to score. Preston might get out, but at this point, the run scored. So just get to second, Preston. He does not. He is out. But the run scores. Pirates lead 6-0. So great first inning there by the Pirates. They score 6 runs on 4 hits. They leave no one stranded. We head into the bottom of the first inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 0. All right, folks. Continuing with the update. So Thursday was a skills competition. On Friday, we played a team from Beaumont. We were looking for fields between Houston and Beaumont, and the only field available was the one in Central Missouri. So we ended up playing in Central Missouri instead of somewhere between Houston and Beaumont. I don't know how that happened, but it happened nonetheless. It's all good. We got beat that game. We gave up 2 homers and a ground rule double. The wind was blowing out pretty hard, but that was a team that we should have beat. The bats just kind of went quiet. We scored 4 runs, but only had 3 hits. Sorry, 4 hits. 4 runs on 4 hits. And in 11U baseball, that just won't cut it. And now here we are. So this is the first day of bracket play. It's a weird tournament. Normally, when you're in bracket play, like in tournaments that we normally play in, you're one and done. But here, that's not the case. Here, you're guaranteed 5 games. So if we win this, well, whether we win or lose this game, we will play another game tomorrow. That game tomorrow, if we lose it, we're done. If we win it, we keep going. So it's strange. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. All right, defensively, Parker is on the mound. Coach Ryan was behind the plate, but he's given the catcher's mitt to Dash. Ty's at third. Brenner's at short. Kelby is at second. Preston's at first. Travis is in left. It's his mom Robin's birthday today, so if you see her, tell her happy birthday. If you see her and you're listening to this, I have no idea how you got here in time, but good on you. So anyway, it's her birthday. She's 29 years young today. Henry's in center, Clinton right. That's the defensive lineup for the Pirates. We're going to give another shout out to some listeners we got in Woodlands, Texas. Ben, we know you're listening, and we're glad you're tuned in, bro. Keep watching us. We're looking to spread the Pirates' name, spread the Pirates' brand. All right, here we go. Parker comes set. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, strike 2. Parker working the outside part of the plate. Doing a good job hitting that spot. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Ball 1. Good pitch there by Parker. He'd been working his way outside. He went all the way out to see if he could get a chase. He didn't, but he still had in the count 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Almost into the dugout. Pop up into shallow center. Henry's going to have to work hard. Kelby runs out, catches it. Oh, sorry, folks. I thought Kelby caught it. It looked like he caught it. That was a fantastic over-the-shoulder looking catch, but he dropped it. Parker with his terrible move over, and he got him. So Parker uses his bad move to pick a kid off. That's a first, folks. Normally he uses his bad move to set up his good move, but he didn't have to on that one. So how about it, folks? That's in there for strike one. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. That's hit high out into right field. Clint's coming in. He's underneath it. Catches it for the second. Okay. Now it's on. Testing, testing. Are we back? Are we back? All right, we're back, folks. I don't know what all you heard about my bowling story, but I'll probably tell it for a third time now. All right, listening audience, though, here's a poll. Since we didn't get to take the poll yesterday, which bowling movie do you prefer? Big Lebowski or Kingpin? All right, Dash is up. Here's the pitch. That's inside for ball one. Dash is trying to hit in a windstorm. Windstorm dies down. Feels like we're playing in Oklahoma. 1-0 count to Dash. Dash couldn't check his swing on that. Didn't want to go, but couldn't check his swing. Strike one. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball two. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Ball three. The Dash got a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner, strike two. So Dash switched bats. Last inning when he came up, Preston got in that rundown. He was swinging the Soldier Tank or a Tank Soldier. I don't know which it is. Now he's swinging a Marucci. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. That brings up PG Parker Greer, looking to help his cause here. Pitcher toes the rubber, he looks in. He's going to look down at his, nope, doesn't look down at his wristband. I don't know, maybe they're not calling pitches on that. Nope, he steps off, looks down at his wristband, gets the call. What he doesn't know is we're still stealing signs, so here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. Here's the pitch. Parker hits that one hard right at Ryan. I heard Ryan saying something to him. Parker said, hey, stop talking to me. I'm trying to hit. And he hit it right at Ryan. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike two. Parker didn't like it. It looked a little bit out from where I'm standing. I'm not right behind the plate, though. So tough to tell. Looked a little bit out. Here's the pitch. Parker fouls that one back. No car, folks, no car. But it is in the woods, so there might be a snake. Cody's going to go get it. If he gets bit by a snake, there's not a hospital close. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball two. Here's the pitch. Oh, wow. That was in the right-handed batter's box, but it was called strike three. That's pretty bad, folks. That's second real bad call we've gotten. Here's the pitch. It's up high to Brenner for ball one. So Brenner, back to the top of the lineup. Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero III, is up to bat. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs, ball two. Looking for one of Brenner's violent swings. He swings with aggression, and that aggression will stand, man. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Foul ball right off the umpire. Two one. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball three. I would have hit Brenner in the helmet, but he ducked out of the way. Smart move.
Nice move, Fire.
3-1. Brenner's going to be looking for a pitch he can hit a long ways. He hits that one hard to the shortstop with the new glove. He's running, and Brenner is safe. So it turns out it's not the glove at short. It's actually the fielder at short that makes the plays. But he was using that new glove. See what happens. See what coach decides to do on the other team. Brenner's safe at first. That brings up Travis, a.k.a. the Rock Jock. Brenner takes his lead off of first. Pitcher throws over. Not in time. Brenner takes off. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. Brenner's going to stand up. You know, Ben tells him to slide a lot, and I think they listen about 25% of the time. Brenner's on second. 2 outs. Travis is at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count. Pitcher steps off, gets Brenner back. Brenner didn't have a huge lead, though. I mean, who am I? I'm not an 11-year-old pitcher, but I probably wouldn't have looked him back. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 2. It looked like the same pitch that Parker got a called strike 3 on, but called the ball that time. Travis hits that one to third. Third baseman fields it, makes the throw. It's going to be caught for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Pirates score no runs on no hits. Oh, we'll give Brenner a base hit on that. They leave 1 man stranded. We're heading into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 0. All right, folks, we got some defensive changes for the Pirates. Parker is still on the mound. Coach Britton's trying to earn the starting spot behind the plate. I think he's a little bit too big for that one. Will's at third. Dash is at short. Clint's at second. Travis is at first. Preston's in right. Henry's in center, and Kelby is in left. All right, Luke has the gear on. He's going to be behind the plate. All right, so poll question of the day is, you can text me or leave it in the live chat. If you got my number, text me. If you want to just leave it in the live chat so everyone can see, leave it in the live chat. Which bowling, you know what, it's not do you prefer. So I was going to say, which bowling movie do you prefer? I'm going to say, which is the better bowling movie? There is an answer to this. Which is the better bowling movie? The Big Lebowski or Kingpin? I know what I think, and that's the right answer. So if you get it right, great. If you get it wrong, I'll let you know. But which is the better bowling movie? We bowled last night. I bowled terribly. In fact, my middle son beat me. That's how bad it was. He did have bumpers. I didn't have bumpers. Coach Ben and Coach Ryan were battling it out. They were really the only ones that were in the competition. I think Ryan won the first game, Ben won the second game, and I think we ran out of time before there could be a rubber match for game number 3. So good job to both of those guys. All right, here we go. Lefty on lefty matchup. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Here's the pitch. It's hit hard but foul down the first base line. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's in there for called strike 3. So Parker with the leadoff strikeout. And they throw it around the horn successfully for the first time today, folks. They're 1 for 1. Love seeing that. Brings up a kid with an all-pink bat. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. All right, we've got one response in on the movie. That was down low for ball 2. One response in on the better bowling movie. Kind of having trouble seeing where I'm at, folks. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 3. So Parker's got some work to do. He's behind in the count, 3-1. He's going to be working his way back. Here's the pitch. Fouled off for strike 2. Full house, folks. We got a full house here. Here's the pitch. A little bit low, ball 4. Parker asking for a new ball. Good decision there. See if Parker uses his good move. The kid has a gigantic lead. Parker's going to pick him off. Parker almost picked him off with his bad move. He's about to pick him off with his good move. Kid has a gigantic lead. There it is. That looked good. Not quite in time. But at least he's got the kid thinking. Parker with his quick move over to first. He's just letting him know, I got you, bro. I'm thinking about you. Parker comes set. Slide step. In there for a strike. Luke. Ball slipped out of Luke's hand on that one. Runner on second base. 1 out. 0-1 count. It's outside for ball 2. Throw down to third is not quite in time. That one got past Luke. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Parker took something off of that one. Good looking changeup. That one's hit out into, over Dash's head into very shallow left field for a base hit. So the run scores on the base hit. Pirates lead 6-1. It's unfortunate, not a hard hit ball at all, but just hit to where no one was going to catch it. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. Parker didn't throw to first, so he's saving his good move. I think he's going to pick him off right here. Foul ball, strike 2. Might hit a kid, does not. Parker's got an 0-2 count. Has not thrown over to first yet. We'll see if he does right here. Quick move over. Runner takes off. Throw down is going to be close, but not quite in time. Pitch was in there for ball 1, so 1-2 count. Parker with a spin move back to second. That was timed up really well. Almost had him there. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Parker comes back, gets his second strikeout of the inning, third strikeout of the game. 2 outs, runner on second base. Parker's going to be looking to strand him there. Here's the pitch. I think that was called a strike. No, it's called a ball. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's hit foul down the first base line. Definitely not signing the Oklahoma Slam first base coach up for the over 35 tryout. He just didn't even try. He just used his foot. We might sign him up for a hockey tryout. Kick save and a beauty. Parker's ahead in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. Parker with a quick move. They've got him in a rundown. Dash fires it to third. Will tags him out. No. Will tagged him in the face. We love the face tags here at Pirates Baseball. They hurt, but they don't always get the job done. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Two-two count. Runner on third base. Thought he was out, but it's upstairs. Ball 3. Parker's going to come back right here and get the strikeout. I'm feeling it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. You heard it here first. I called it on KNOW, your home for Pirates Radio. Parker strikes out the side. We head into the top of the third inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 1. All right, folks, we're going to give our first food review of the tournament because we have not been able to broadcast otherwise. We're going to give you, actually, not even a food review, it's a coffee review. We've got 2 of them. So the coffee game leaves a lot to be desired up here in Central Missouri. I'll say that. Today's coffee was better than the last 2 days' coffee, but the baked goods at the place we went 2 days ago and yesterday were fantastic. So a couple days ago, let's see, Thursday morning and Friday morning, my lovely wife found a place. The name was killer. It might be one of the best names of any coffee shop I've ever heard. It's called Brewed Awakenings. So the name was strong. The coffee was but their baked goods were fantastic. So if you find yourself in Central Missouri, you're looking for some baked goods to put you out of your misery, stop by Brewed Awakenings. Great. They had really good breakfast sandwiches, too. They had a good quiche. It was like a puff pastry with egg and bacon and spinach. It was fantastic. All right, I'm getting some calls for McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't even rise up to the level of getting a review. If you want to know I'll tell you what, if you guys want to know my thoughts of McDonald's, go listen to the song Rock and Roll McDonald's, and that'll give you all you need to know. Rock and Roll McDonald's. All right, so Brewed Awakenings, strong name, coffee was lacking, food was excellent. This morning, we went to Serendipity here in Eldon, Missouri. I didn't even know there was a place called Eldon, Missouri, but that's where we're playing today. We went to Serendipity Coffee. They were roasting when we went in there, which Yeah, it's great that coffee shops roast. I think it's a totally different skill set, roasting versus making good coffee, like brewing good coffee. But you can try your hand at both. Certainly, it's possible. I'm just saying it's a different skill set. I'm all for businesses who stick to what they're really good at. All that to say, the shop was great. The people were friendly. The coffee was a slight improvement from yesterday. Not a whole lot better. Slight improvement. Nothing to necessarily write home about, but it was good. For Eldon, Missouri, not having to go to McDonald's and get coffee, it's a win. All right, here we go. KP Kelby Pittman at the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball one. Kelby's 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI single. He's looking to get things started off here. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one out in the center field. That should get down. Nope, does not. Center fielder gets underneath it for the first out. He was playing very shallow. That brings up Luke Lunar-Landers. Luke got on base with a walk last inning, or 2 innings ago, first inning. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Here's the pitch. Luke fouls that off right into the catcher's mitt for strike two. So Luke behind in the count 0-2. This pitcher certainly working ahead in the count much more than that last pitcher, the first pitcher they threw was. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball one. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Called strike three on the inside corner. So 2 up, 2 down for the Pirates. Not the way they were hoping to get this inning started. That brings up Ty, the hit guy. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Not anywhere close. Not anywhere close, folks. But throwing a curveball nonetheless. Swing and a miss for strike one. Down low. Ball one. Swing and a miss for strike two. Fouled off. Stay alive. Here's the pitch. It's down low. Ball two. 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the, oh no, sorry, we got a full house, folks. I missed a pitch. Sorry. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball four. So Ty doing a good job up there, draws a 2-out walk. And you know what we say here on KNOW, 2-out walks will kill you. Will looking to make him pay. Will the Thrill Hall, a.k.a. 2 Chains, is up to bat. He had 4 homers in Home Run Derby. He didn't have 2 Chains on, though, so maybe 2 Chains will help him this time get his 5th. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, Ty takes off. Throw's not going to be anywhere near in time. Ty slides in safely. 1-0 count, runner on second base. Will looking to hit something hard in a gap. The right field line is wide open. Right fielder's shading way over to center field, which is fine. I mean, it's probably the right play, but Will pull something hard. He's going to be running for like 3 days. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 2. Will is 0 for 0 on the day. He had an RBI sac fly last at bat. Throwback second base is not in time. Still don't have a car hit by a foul ball, folks. We're looking for that. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Good cut there by Will. Pirates could use a couple of insurance runs here. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike two. Move back to second base. No throw, just a step off, really. Will's got 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second base, top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. So the Pirates score no runs on no hits. We head into the bottom of the third inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 1. Pirates looking to play some shutdown defense. I know that's a different sport, but they got to shut them down. All right, defensive changes for the Pirates. Parker is still on the mound. He hasn't thrown a ton of pitches yet. Dash is behind the plate. We're going to wait a moment to give you the rest of the update because all we have right now is a shortstop, a second baseman, first baseman, and a center fielder.
Oh my gosh, what's the matter?
Uh-oh. Luke hurt himself. Luke Lunar-Landers kind of spun around and did something. Looked like he did something to his ankle. I don't know what. Hopefully he just kind of rolled it gently. Hopefully he's not seriously injured. All right, he's walking, folks, so it's not broken. He's jogging now, so it's definitely not broken. Can't jog with a broken ankle, in case you were not aware. All right, defensively, Parker's on the mound. Dash is behind the plate. Will's at third. Brenner's at short. Luke's at second. Preston's at first. Clint's in right. Henry's in center. And Ty's in left. We got a lot going on here. We are under the cover of the concession stand bathroom area. Pirates' sisters are getting yellow fake hair braided into their hair. It looks pretty sweet. I might be getting some here in a little bit. Little brothers were out in center field playing a game of wiffle ball. They're back. They're not playing. It's kind of hot out there now. We got a heat advisory later today. Starting at noon today here in central Missouri, it is going to be miserably hot. All right. First hitter's up. He's a lefty. He squares around a bunt. Strike one. This kid is gigantic. He squares around a bunt. He's not going to bunt. He's going to hit something out into shallow left center and get a base hit. All right, so leadoff base hit for the Oklahoma Slam. See if Parker can't pick him off right here. It's in there for strike one. Parker's throwing some heat today. Move looked pretty good, or I mean looked pretty close. Called safe. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike two. Parker quickly ahead in the count 0-2. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball one. Dash with a strike down to second. Luke unable to pick it, and runner is safe. Good throw there by Dash. Luke just unable to come up with it cleanly. 1-2 count, runner on second base, and nobody out. Bottom of the third inning, Pirates lead 6-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to stay alive. Here's the pitch. It's hit high into right field. Clint's there and catches it for the first out of the inning. Clint's playing a good right field today. He was looking to double up the runner on second base, but runner on second base got back. All right, 1 out, runner on second base. Here's the pitch. Squares around, foul ball. Foul ball, strike one. So we got more than 1 2 chains here today. My middle son's 2 chains as well. Picked him off at we had him picked at second, and as Luke went to put the tag on, he dropped the ball. So Parker doing a heck of a job on the mound, getting folks out left and right. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Parker heading to count 0-2. Here's the pitch. It's hit softly to Luke. Unable to field it cleanly. Gets into center. Henry has it. He's going to throw it to second base. So the run scores on the play. It's hit high into center field. Henry's going to have to. Well, the Bad News Bears are back, folks. Defensively, the Pirates look like they have no clue what's going on. I'm calling it right here. That's 4 outs now that we should have. All right, Ben makes his way out to the mound. He's going to put an end to this. We got some top-tier players taking a pee in the woods behind us here. Love that. You can't see it on the screen, but they're peeing in the woods. I love it. There's only one bathroom, and from what I've heard, it stinks really bad, so it's much better to pee in the woods out here in Eldon, Missouri. All right, Coach Ben makes his way back to the dugout. He's calmed them down. We got runners on first and second, 1 out. Parker comes set, takes a look at both runners, throws over to first base. It was close. Preston was sneaking in behind the runner on first. I think they were trying to draw the runner on second, get him to run to third so they could throw him out. But runner on first does have a big lead. So here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled off for strike one. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Ball two. Looked good from here. Did not look like it missed high, but umpire called it. There's the pitch. Cannot get a call, folks. Cannot get a call. We were getting those called earlier, but now they're balls. 3-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Dash almost throws behind the runner at second to pick him off. Honestly, I think Dash could do it. He's got the arm for it. The kid had a gigantic lead and kind of got caught out in no man's land, but here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. So Parker comes back, gets the strikeout. That was big time, folks. That's strikeout number 5 on the day for Parker. Two outs, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike one. Same pitch that was called a ball twice to the last batter, just called a strike to this guy. Here's the pitch. Change up a little bit inside. Ball one. I'm really hoping this kid on second steals because Dash is going to throw him out. But he hadn't taken off yet. I think he knows Dash has got a good arm. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Gets to the screen. Dash feels that there might be a play. No, there is not. Runner at second did not get the best break, but he was far enough ahead. That one didn't bounce right back to Dash. There's like some kind of cloth on the – it's not a pad. It's like cloth on the backstop. Deadened the ball. Dash had to run back and get it. Swing and a miss for strike two. 1-2 count. Foul ball, strike three. So Parker comes back, gets 2 big-time strikeouts, and we head into the top of the 4th inning. Pirates lead 6-2. All right, folks, had to give a little dad encouragement there, a little coaching advice. I know I'm not supposed to, but sometimes you got to amp them up. So my advice was go get on base. It's pretty much the best coaching advice anyone could ever give him. So, Henry, you're welcome. And yes, I am a very good coach, good dad coach. I'm calling it. You heard it here first on KNOW, your home for Pirates radio. If you know your Pirates baseball. See, I'm so out of practice because we had so many games that I didn't do this. I can't even talk straight. You heard it here first on KNOW, your radio home for Pirates baseball. If you know, you know. There we go. I got it right that time. Well, we're glad you're with us. I've only gotten one answer so far. Actually, let me check the live chat on YouTube, see if we got any answers. Nope. No responses in the live chat. So the only response we got on the question of which is a better bowling movie between Big Lebowski and Kingpin was Kingpin, and that is the wrong answer. Big Lebowski is the better bowling movie. All right, Henry Poole is up. Henry is 0 for 1 on the day. He reached on an air but drove in a run. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one straight back. He wanted that one. That one almost got a kid. He wanted that one. He wanted that one, folks. Henry hits that one high into right field. Right fielder gets under it for out number 1. All right, that brings up Clint. Curveball is inside. It definitely fooled Clint. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 2. So Clint's got a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. We got some controversy going on, folks. That's in there for strike 2. We're going to put our beat reporter on it, see if we can't get you guys some info here on KNOW. Got to find the beat reporter first, figure out what happened. Stay tuned. Here's the pitch. Clint fouls that one back. Stay alive. Might hit a kid. Almost hit the third baseman on the other field. Fortunately for him, it missed him. Here's the pitch. Clint hits that one hard, but foul. Coach Ben bobbles it, picks it up, throws it to the pitcher. All right, here we go. Clint stands in. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for called strike 3. Looked pretty far outside to me. That brings up Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack. So Pirates had the bats go in the first inning, but since then have not been able to do much. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Preston fouls that one back. And the third baseman catches it for the third out of the inning. No runs on no hits. They go in order. We move into the bottom of the 4th inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 2. All right, folks, the beat reporter was able to track down the details on the controversy, and you heard it here first on KNOW. Texas Brigade, which is basically just down the street from us, got kicked out of the tournament. Turns out a mom got into a fight. I don't know if she got into a fight. We're still trying to figure out all the details, but a mom on Texas Brigade got into a fight with the female umpire, potentially. We're trying to hear more and more details. We'll bring them to you, breaking news, as they come in. But Texas Brigade is out. They've kicked out of the World Series. That doesn't happen a whole lot, but they're kicked out. Cops were called. We don't know if the other team's kicked out yet. Beat reporter's still working on it. He's going to bring us details as they're available. All right, so Texas Brigade is out. We don't know about the other team. We'll bring you the details as we have them, folks. So I had a lot planned for this tournament, a lot of good material. I'm not going to use it all up today. I think we're going to play out here again tomorrow, so maybe I'll use some more of it tomorrow. But I had a lot of good stuff planned for the tournament. It's just it's too late in the game now. We've already played 3 ball games, and my stuff would have been funny like the first 2 or 3 games. At this point, since we've already played 3, it's not going to be as funny. So I'm going to save it. But if I feel like there's an opportunity, I'll bring it to you guys. We put our listening audience first here on KNOW. All right, defensively, Travis is on the mound. Luke's behind the plate. Ty's at third. Brenner's at short. Clint's at second. Preston's at first. Kelby's in right. Dash is in center. And Will is in left. Outfield's playing very deep. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1. Travis comes set. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. All right, this is about to go 2 for 2. Clint gets a dust storm in the face. He's able to make the throw. The boys are 2 for 2, taking it around the horn. Congratulations, Pirates. 1 out. Down low, ball 1. All right, our beat reporter has confirmed that Texas Brigade is the only team that got kicked out. The team they were fighting did not get kicked out. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 2. I'll tell you what, if there is anything to get into a fight about, it is certainly 11U baseball. Like, if I was ever going to fight someone, I would fight them over 11U baseball. Here's a pitch. So, I can't blame the mom that got in a fight, because I would have done the same thing. 3-0 count. Travis is looking to work his way back. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Travis steps off, didn't like what he saw. Felt like the other team might have tried stealing signs like we were, but they're not as good at it as we are. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Travis coming back. He's going to be coming all the way back here. Here's the pitch. Hit softly to short. Brenner field keeps it in front of him, unable to come up with it cleanly. And runner is safe on the air. So we talked about it before the game. This dirt field is a first for these boys. They're not used to having funny hops. All they do is play on turf because that's the only baseball fields that are out there, it seems like, these days. Anyway, runner on first base, 1 out. Travis throws over to first.
The one said they're going like 2 miles per hour. It says cave going through this cave.
There's a pitch. That's hit high. Clint's going to get over there, make the catch. Fantastic play there by Clint. Clint, the runner on first, had taken off, had broke on the pitch. He was trying to steal. Clint was breaking over to cover the bag. Ball was hit where Clint was playing, so he had to sprint back, made the catch on the run. 2 outs. Travis would throw over to first. Real close. Preston almost got him, but dropped the ball. I don't think he'd have been out anyway. 2 outs. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. That's hit. Line drive to Brenner. He catches it. We're out of this inning. So Travis comes in, shuts him down, picked up where Parker left off. We move into the top of the 5th inning. Pirates 6, Oklahoma Slam 2. We need some runs, folks. All right, let's give you an update on Parker's day. He had 6 strikeouts over 3 full innings. He gave up 2 runs. I don't think either one of them were earned, so that's a heck of an outing by Parker. 6 strikeouts in 3 innings. What is that math? A lot of strikeouts per 9. That's what that math is. All right, we're going to talk about the immaculate inning that was not for the LA Dodgers. I didn't see it. Yeah, we do have a lot of Dodgers news that we need to talk about. We know for sure that one of our listening audience might have firsthand, does have firsthand knowledge of the baseball fight that happened between the Dodgers and Padres. That's a real baseball fight. I mean, if you're going to fight, why not fight at baseball? There was an 11U baseball fight. There's a Major League Baseball fight. You guys tell me which one's better. We're going to get the inside scoop here on what happened between the Dodgers and the Padres. I mean, we saw what happened. Tatis got hit. Next inning up, they plunked Shohei. Threw it pretty hard. I think it was close to 100, the pitch that hit him. All right, Dash is at the plate. We'll come back to you with the inside scoop on the fight. That's upstairs, ball 1. Here's the next poll question. Which is better, 11U baseball fights or Major League Baseball fights? You tell us, and then we'll tell you. Dash squares around, but that pitch is high. Gets back to the screen, ball 2. It's in there for called strike 1. Didn't look like a strike to me, but pitcher comes set. He actually didn't come set on that one. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. I'll tell you what, some umpire's zone is kind of all over the place and varies from hitter to hitter. Dash got a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Dash hits that one softly, but that's going to get down. Shortstop unable to field it, and Dash is safe. So not necessarily what Dash was looking to do when he got up to the plate, but he gets the job done, gets on base. Pirates have a leadoff runner on for the first time in, I think, 3 innings. That brings up PG Parker Greer. Dash takes off, pitch is high and outside. The pitch out was on the whole time. Dash is safe. Throw was not in time. Dash did not slide. Probably should have slid, but he might have got a face tag if he did slide. So Henry's telling the dugout to slide no matter what. He's like the 5th coach in that dugout, or at least he thinks he is. I love him. He's my son. I love him to death. But he's 11 going on 45. Here's the pitch. Parker squares around the bunt and foul tips that one. All right, folks, no responses yet. Which fight do you prefer, 11U baseball fight or Major League Baseball fight? Pitcher gets his sign on his wrist. Here's the pitch. Parker squares around but pulls it back for ball 1. I'll tell you what, okay. We've talked a lot about it here on KNOW, but these Pirates are really, really bad at getting secondary leads off a second. I just saw the best secondary lead that I've seen all season long. Dash had a fantastic secondary lead. So Dash is finally listening. He might be the only Pirate listening. He's certainly the only Pirate I've seen to listen to the coaches about getting a secondary lead off a second. Good job, Dash. Here's the pitch. Parker squares around, lays down a beautiful bunt. No one's covering first, and Parker is on base with a beautiful bunt. So that's back-to-back really nice bunts in the last 2 games. Dash laid down a good bunt last game. Parker lays down a great bunt this game. Pirates have runners on the corners. Dash is on third. Parker's on first. Nobody out. That brings up Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero the third, looking to swing at something violently. He gets hit in the helmet, knocks his helmet off. He's not crying. Bases are loaded. All right. We've got your AT&T call to the bullpen happening, folks. Coach makes his way out to the mound. I think he kind of looks like he's wearing a Grateful Dead hat.
Check out this.
Yeah. All right, folks. All right. You heard it here first on KNOW. We have photo evidence of a Dodgers bench coach getting into a fight with the entire San Diego Padres team. Sounds like he's not scared of a major league fight. We're gonna put that on our webpage. Dodgers bench coach gets in fight with entire Padres team. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one high. Dash is going to tag up. That's going to get down. Parker's got to hustle to get to third. Run scores. And Parker, no. Okay. All right. So I thought Parker was going to go on the throw. It got past the catcher. But it bounced right back to him. So good heads-up base running there by Parker. Dash scores. Travis with his second RBI of the day. He's, I think, 2 for 3 now. I think he got out last time up. That brings up KP, Kelby Pittman. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one hard out into left center. That's going to get down. Everybody's scoring on that, folks. Travis has got to turn on his wheels to score. Nope, he's being held up. Good decision there by Ben. So 2-run score on Kelby's no-out double. Hit into the left center field gap. All right, we got another. Coach is making his way out to the mound. We're going to have a pitching change. This is your AT&T call to the bullpen. Does anybody even use AT&T anymore? They're terrible. I know that. I canceled my cable with them. I got out of my cell phone plan with them because it was so terrible. I hope no one uses them. I'm sure plenty of people do, though, because they're still around. Anyway, Pirates lead 9-2. All right, folks, we're still waiting on some inside scoop on the Dodgers-Padres fight. We got proof. We got proof that one of our listening audience took on the entire team, and he's living to tell the tale. So we want to hear from him first before we give you any false rumors, you know. I think they actually, what I heard, I have no proof of this, but what I heard is that the Donald called this coach afterwards and said, hey, can you help out with these riots? We're having trouble getting them in order. So not only can he stop a baseball fight, he can stop an LA riot.
Now we have video evidence.
We got not just photo evidence, folks. We got video evidence. He's right in there. He's right in there. All right, folks. Not only are you going to see him on the baseball diamond, you're going to see him on the streets of LA putting an end to those riots. He's met the Donald. The Donald has his number. He called him last night and said, hey, National Guard can't stop this. The Marines can't stop it. But we know you can stop it. I'm not calling him out by name just in case people don't know who I'm talking about. All right, folks, back in the action. Luke Lunar Landers is at the plate. We got no outs, 2 runners on, second and third. Here's the pitch. Luke takes that one for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one hard up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run's for sure going to score. Kelby is held up. He probably could have scored, but Ben doesn't want to get the first out at home. Can't blame him on that. We're touching these boys up for some runs, so keep the sticks going. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Ty, the hit guy, is up. Throw over to first base, not in time. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. The take was on the whole way. Sorry, that was called the strike. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Ty had the take. That looked way out. Luke is on second now. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Ty, the hit guy's got an 0-1 count. Ty pops that one up. That's going to get foul, but first baseman makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall, a.k.a. 2 Chainz. All right, if anybody can text me 2 Chainz' nickname, you win a prize. I'm not going to say it on the air, but if you can text me 2 Chainz' nickname, you win a prize. Here's the pitch. Will hits that one hard into right field. That's over the right fielder's head and rolling to the wall. Kelby's going to score. Luke's going to score. Will is going to be motoring around second for a triple. Slides in, almost makes it to the bag on the slide. Fortunately, the throw is not there. Will's got himself a triple. So 2 Chainz lived up to his name there. He earned those 2 chains around his neck. All right. We got another pitching change, folks. Henry Poole is up. Socks fit, pants fit, everything fits. All right, still waiting to hear from the Dodgers coach / Navy SEAL. He's going to put an end to these riots. Also waiting to hear on 2 Chainz' nickname. I haven't got any text. My guess is most of my listening audience doesn't even know who 2 Chainz is. But I have a feeling that some folks here know who 2 Chainz is. They might know his nickname. Can't repeat it on the air. Can't Google it either. It doesn't count if you Google it. If you don't know, you don't know. Go listen to him. He's free on Spotify. If you got an account, it's free. If you don't have an account, or if you don't have a paid account, you got to listen to ads, but you can still listen to 2 Chainz. All right, back in the action, folks. Henry is up. He's got a different bat. He's swinging the Icon. Will's on third base. 1 out. Infield is in. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one hard. That's going to get through the – oh, wow. Good play by the second baseman, but Henry drives in the run. He did exactly what he was looking to do, hit something hard to the right side. Second baseman just made a good play, but Henry gets the RBI. Henry hit that one hard. Pirates lead 13-2. Ball 1. All right, we do have a response. We did get a response here from my live crowd. We did get also a response via text, but this response, she won't even say the name via text, so that tells you something. Here was the answer I got. He is a rapper, but I won't say his nickname because it's nasty. Love it. Love it. Clint hits that one out into right field. Right fielder's coming in. He makes a kind of shoestring grab for the third out of the inning. So Pirates score 7 runs on a lot of hits. They lead 13-2 heading into the bottom of the 5th.
8 minutes left.
All right, folks. Well, we had answers to the trivia question. I'm not going to say it on the air in case we got kids listening. I, in fact, know we got kids listening. Ben, I'm not saying 2 Chainz's nickname because you're listening. Ask your dad what his nickname is. And if he doesn't tell you, he's not a good dad. All right, folks, here's the update I'm going to give you. We got a rodent crawling around the ceiling of our room last night. That was exciting. I woke up at about 3 a.m. to a loud bang. I thought the people above us were doing something. You can only imagine what I thought they were doing. That was not the case. The noise continued for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. A lot of scratching and banging. So I went from thinking it was people to then a dog, and then I realized, nope, that's a large rodent. I'm calling raccoon. It was too big for like a mouse or a rat. There's chipmunks here apparently. It was not mouse rat because that's a band. If you know, you know. It's a great band name, by the way. It might have been a chipmunk. Chipmunks seem a little bit small for the noise that I heard. So I'm thinking it was a raccoon. Could have been a squirrel. I saw some squirrels on the deck this morning when I got up. But pretty sure it's a raccoon. So Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville will certainly be hearing about that in the review that I give them on KNOW. Well, they're hearing about it now. I'm sure someone from Margaritaville is listening to this broadcast.
Yeah, bitch, like, mom.
So, Margaritaville, get your rodent problem under control. And yes, raccoons, while cute, are still rodents nonetheless. Actually, I think raccoons are marsupials. Does anyone know that on the broadcast? If you know whether a raccoon is a marsupial, text me. I'm pretty sure they're marsupials. Raccoons, aka Trash Pandas. There's a minor league team that's called the Trash Pandas. The raccoon is their mascot. They are Trash Pandas. They do look like cute little pandas. Until they get angry. And then when they get angry, they're mean. You know, apparently pandas, if they have more than one baby, they basically just disown the other baby. So they keep one and then they let one fend for itself. And the one that has to fend for itself obviously doesn't survive. So it controls the panda population. All right, we've got, from our listening audience, we have confirmed that raccoons are not marsupials. So they don't have a pouch, folks. All right, here we go. KP Kelby Pittman on the mound. He's working out of the windup. Luke's behind the plate. Here's the pitch. That's pop foul. We might have a car hit. No. Folks, we were inches away. We were inches away. But now it's in the woods and nobody's getting that. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Defensively, sorry, we didn't go around. Ty's at third. Brenner's at short. Clint's at second. Travis is at first. Will's in right. Parker's in center. And Henry is in left. Here's the pitch. Way high. Ball 1. Dash is trying to decide if he wants to get bit by a snake and go get that foul ball. I think he wisely decided to not get bit by a snake. He's going to leave that ball in there. Kelly's still working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. That's hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Softly hit, but up the middle nonetheless. Fan request to talk about your bowling. All right, we talked a little bit about bowling earlier. I told the whole story and then realized that my listening audience couldn't even hear. So we'll start from the top because I know everyone wants to hear that story again. Let's call this pitch first and then we'll get on it. Yep, Kelby throws over to first base. Hits the base runner. That's payback for when Kelby got hit in the back. So hit him in the kidney. All right, so I love to bowl. I used to be good. I am no longer good. That's the short version of the story. I used to be good at bowling. I am no longer good at bowling. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. That's in the dirt. No throw. 1-0 count. So last night we had a big team bowling event. It was a ton of fun. I thought I was going to, put on a show. I didn't, obviously. Did not even come close to it. Well, I put on a show. It was just not the type of show that I was hoping to put on. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to Brenner at short. Fields it, knocks it down, makes the throw, not in time. So runners on first and second, nobody out. So where was I going with my story? All right, so back in way up when I was in law school, my third year in law school, I decided I didn't need to go to class much anymore. So instead of going to class, I'd go bowl all the time. I just needed to pass. That's it. Fortunately, I passed. I graduated. We're good to go. But I got really good at bowling that year because games were only 25 cents before noon. So I was in the bowling alley often, at least 3 days a week. At least 3 days a week, I was in the bowling alley before noon. My lovely wife was working as a fourth grade teacher to pay for my law school. I feel like I've since paid her back in the last 15 years. But I got pretty good. Ended up going and getting some advice from an old PBA pro who had a dumpy bowling alley in Midwest City. He would talk to us about the pro zone, which was where you wanted to release the bowling ball. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Ball 2. Anyway, it was a good time. I really was a good bowler, but I think I've probably bowled like 4 times since law school. So last night I was a terrible bowler. Here's the pitch. It's hit softly to Travis. He catches it in the air for out number 1. Looked to make the double play, but the runner on third was not off far enough. So last night, Ben is a very good bowler, and so is Ryan. They were battling it out. I think we only bowled 2 games, and they split those games. We did not have time. Here's the pitch. That's hit softly. Kelby's going to cover first. Travis unable to field it cleanly. Kelby gets run into it first. All right, folks. Pirates are kind of out of it in the field right now. We got to get things going. All right, runners on the corners. Kelby, he got knocked over by the base runner. He probably felt that one. That was a collision. Ben's making his way out to the mound. Try and make sure Kelby's okay after taking that collision. Runners on the corners. 1 run is scored. Pirates lead 13-3 against the Oklahoma Slam. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just need to get 2 more, and we don't have to play at 4 o'clock tomorrow. That's a win, folks. That's a win indeed. So if we win this game, we'll play at 10 o'clock tomorrow. If we win that game, we'll play at noon. If we lose that game, we're done. Unless they change it, which they did at 3 a.m. today, and then again at 6:45 today. It's very fluid tournament here. Kelby's all right. He's working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hit softly to first base. Same play. Kelby doing a great job. Pitcher fielding practice paying off there, folks. That worked out perfectly. Run scores, but Pirates get out number 2. So Travis fielded that one. Kelby made his way over to first base, and we got 2 outs. Third base coach of the Slam says, know what you're looking for, and if it's there, hammer it. That's about as good coaching advice as I give, so that one gets past Luke. He's not going to throw it. Two outs, runner on third base. Bottom of the 5th inning, Pirates lead 13-4. Here's the pitch. That's in there. Wow. Sorry, 13-5. No, it is 13-4. I was right, like I always am. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. So Kelby looking to end this game right here. Here's the pitch. Hit hard, but right at Clint. He fields it, throws it, and that, folks, is the ball game. Pirates win 13-4. Thanks for joining us here in Central Missouri. We'll be coming to you tomorrow from the same spot, 10 a.m. We'll see you later.